see this. The ferrets are shedding. Nah, they're getting their winter coats, apparently. I decided to talk about, because I promised yesterday that I'd stop with these boring little update thingies, and actually tell you what I'm doing for Nanowrimo. At this point in time, I haven't been tweeting a whole lot. I haven't been Facebooking a whole lot. I think I have a ferret hair down my shirt. Changed clothes. I have been writing. Avery is a character I developed this summer for my Phoenixkin novel, because I had Ember and Cole and some little secondary characters that you didn't really get into, and I needed something to fill it out. And if you guys read my blog, Anderson Reed, WordPress, Anderson Reed Writes, I think, .wordpress.com. And she was everything I needed. She was great. And so for Nano, I was so in love with her that I wanted to write her backstory. And I was going to do a dominatrix kind of theme, not for her, just in general. It was going to be a comedy. And I gave myself, a lot of stuff was going on, but I gave myself until the end of September to come up with something. And for the dominatrix novel, nothing came up, and I already had a million different ideas going on with Avery. So she somehow got secretly abducted. It's probably a better term for what happened, but adopted into a Mormon family that lived on a compound in the 1960s in Utah. I haven't pinpointed an actual area technically yet, but and they were drugging her to keep her from shifting. And I'm leaving out the whole full moon thing that you get from most shifters. So she didn't even realize until she was about to be married, when she was 13 years old, off to the prophet's eldest son, she would be his third wife. Her mother didn't tell her until the eve before her wedding. And then she ran away. And then I start 3 years later when she's 16 and she gets a job finally at a zoo. She's been living on her own, dumpster diving mostly. She feels bad about stealing, so she dumpster dives for things and then sells them. All about found items. And she's very, very alone. She was in a house with, her 12 brothers and sisters, because her father had 4 wives, and she goes to being very by herself, and no one really knows how to talk to her. She doesn't really understand how to talk to anyone else, but she wants to. And it's just through the whole thing, it's how she develops her quirkiness, because at a very young age she discovered who she was in more of a sense of the word than regular people, not supernatural people. So she's very, very odd. When I developed her for Phoenixkin, before I started looking into the backstory for this, she was I love Luna Lovegood. Luna Lovegood is my favorite character, Harry Potter character. And then there's Cassie from Skins UK, Generation 1. And there's Beth Ann, I think, from Heart of Dixie. And there's just so many characters, and I realize that they're my favorite because they all have this little quirky nature thing, and own up to it. And so she's got little weird things about her. I could use more little quirky weird things that she does. Just random little odd things. Some of the odd things I developed for the Phoenixkin one, I'm actually explaining in the backstory. Hence, she gets the job at a zoo, and this one tiger, doesn't want, or the other tigers don't get along with this other tiger, and so they've separated her. And this is at the Portland Zoo, because the compound has started putting up posters for her because she's missing. Not the tiger, Avery. Anyways, so Avery gets a job at meets this tiger when trying to get a job at this zoo because she's 16 now and she can start looking for work, and people would actually hire her. And I just wrote the scene where Avery, she becomes Avery's best friend, and someone she can really talk to, even if they can't talk back. And in a way, Talia, the tiger, does kind of talk back in her own communication, body language stuff. But then Avery finally confesses to her that she's this fox. She doesn't know how to change. She only changes apparently when she needs it. And yeah, and not before her eyes, she's walking away confessing and then turns back, and Talia has become a woman. So that is where I am right now. And I guess I'll keep you updated, and this is very, very long, so I'm just going to post this for today. Maybe. Nothing else goes on.